Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. This is a day. What more do you want? I know what more you want. You want a show that's on at a normal time. But that is not to be for this week, I'm afraid. Anyway, so welcome along. Normally, I'm Stephen. No, I am still Stephen Allen. No, it's true. Normally, I am Stephen Allen, and that remains the case. Although I should check. And also normally, a couple of times a week, I do a midday thing, but what with the school holidays being an issue now, and I'm looking after my son, because I am cheaper than childcare. I am cheaper than proper, effective, well-trained and knowledgeable childcare, and also the government can't stop you. So I'm looking after my son, which means I can't do... I'm already laughing at the blouse comments, thank you. I've been looking after I can't do a live stream with my son in the studio. He can be here for the audio podcast recordings. If you go back and listen to today's, you can hear a bit where he answers some of the questions. So I'm on the radio saying stuff like, so it's the All Hit radio show that also gets turned into the podcast with extra stuff. And on the show, I'm like, so what do you think of this news? And he's like, what? Sorry. But we're not streaming him live on the internet. The poor lad's got enough challenges having me as a father. But no, that's the end of that. So we'll be doing the nighttime ones. But you can get involved in the chat still. Same rule. Oh, I was going to do a different colour scheme, wasn't I? All right. Well, we'll do some chat first and then we'll play with that. You can get involved in the chat. You just get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. And go to youtube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen, which is where you are now. And in the chat, partake, tuck in. Let's get some of this down you. Charlotte was here first, saying first. Kermit was here, saying second's the best. He was second. Was he the best? I don't know. Jodrell says, yay, seems ages since yesterday. All right, Strawberry Switchblade. No, it does, doesn't it? I mean, it is quite a long time since yesterday, actually. That's more of a feature, not a bug, of 10 o'clock at night. Charlotte says, Charlotte says, got my custard creams out. So have I. That's how I could so easily check that I am Stephen Allen. Also, Proper Memes is here saying, bet you do. I imagine that's the voice he's saying. Oh, I bet you do. Oh, I bet you do. He also says, has Polanski been charged yet? Hello, Dave. I don't know. I mean, I imagine he won't be arrested. But we will see a lot of police in his area walking around with larger knockers. True fact story, Joodles. So, Ems. Ems. Aren't you meant to be in bed by now? Not sure if this has turned dark already, but all right. Light twinkle. There is a strong chance that my phone's going to go off a lot. Because I can't mute it because I'm watching the kids. This is what I mean about parenting. Woohoo! Favorite shirt, says Charlotte. Yeah, or a blouse. I believe the French call this le blouse femme, which I believe is man's shirt. So this is why I've been buying a multi-pack. It's the fanciest blouse again. Did we change colour, says Kermit? No. However, what do I think of this? I mean, it's a little bit like the purple of yesterday's video, though. But... Damn it! Am I holding it the wrong way around? How tricky could this be, for the love of all? Well, hello. This one? This one. It's Late Night. Late Night Love with Graham Torrington, which is, I never did. And I met him once at boot camp when I worked at GCAP, but never partook of the full thing. Blues roll, says Proper Memes. That's what the French call it. Thank you. Nanny's here. Lulu. In fact, we should do your box first. Hang on. Sorry. While I'm doing the box jokes, we might as well. The tone has been set. Of course it has. Yes, a big shout out and thank you to Lulu, who sent this in the post. I arrived at... Sorry, I've still got the packing left in your box. Look at this. Look, there's some quality packing. We'll move that to one side. I might be able to use that later. I thought we'd do the official unboxing. I was worried about accidentally flashing my address, and I realised, of course, GB News address. If anyone wants GB News' address, it's there. The point. That's what I like about this, right? So the GB News address is the point. Literally, you have to get to the point when you work on GB News. Eh? Thank you for my mug. I'm going to unbox it officially here. I do have a drink to go in it as well. One morning I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How I got in my pajamas, I'll never know. He is the best comedian ever. I never forget a face, but in your case, I'm willing to make an exception. I know it's, hang on. Method cleaner. Let's pour some out. So, welcome on, who else we got going here? Claire is here saying, Steve, KCE. What does that mean? Should have watched this first, but you'll wake the kids. No, they're still down. And M says, Steve, the kids have gone feral. Have they? Oh, they're asleep at the moment. The thing vibrating, I see. And you're very welcome. Thank you very much. Very, very appreciate it. It's got that new mug taste. I really should have washed it. Why, thank you. Welcome along. So let's get tucked into it. Claire says, I pressed too soon. Nice shirt. Hang on, where's your previous message? Oh, I can't read it now. You really did go early. I didn't work out any of that. Thank you. La blues femme. The man's gilet, or whatever the French for gilet is. Welcome along then. Oh, look at this. Let's celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. Ems, I'm celebrating your super. Or your supper. I'm not very good at reading. Enjoy your supper. It's about the right time. We should start calling supers suppers in the nighttime shows. And Jodrell says, Claire, we're up to date. So, look at that. I think the chat looks good on this colour as well. Or is it just because it's juxtaposed to my blues farm? Shall we take a look at the front pages? Why not? Front pages. Pages. The beauty of this late show is that I can now open up front pages that I didn't. Oh my days, they've all come in. We've got, all right, let's start off with, how easy is that to read? I feel like I've pressed the wrong thing here. I feel, no, you can still read it. No, I'm not happy about that. This is what you tuned in for, isn't it? I want it to look, kids, go back to bed. I want to make it look good for you. Here we go. What do you mean professionalism? Let's take a look at tomorrow's front pages, starting with a very small version of The Telegraph. Bear Grylls, why I make my children eat offal. Because they've been naughty? It's that, isn't it? It's because you don't love? No. What is it? Which one is it? I don't know. We can't. It's the front page. We can't see inside there. Britain's most persecuted minority, millionaires, says the Daily Telegraph, owned by, okay. Workers face new tax to fund social care. Oh, good. There's not been a new tax in ages, has there? It's been like a day since a new tax was raised. Oh, for a minute there, I thought we got out of the habit. Should we go and zoom in? Good God, we can, can't we? A new tax on income to fund social care is among plans drawn up by officials for Andy Burnham to consider in his first weeks of office. Civil servants, oh great, have developed proposals that probably they'd be exempt from that would force workers to make contributions to a privately managed fund to pay for their care later in life. Isn't that like the pension? Is that the national insurance? Is that what we already had? So we already had this system, which was hypothecated. High five for a big word. I don't know what it means, but it was also ring-fenced, which I prefer to say hypothecated rather than ring-fenced, because hypothecating sounds like a funny, fancy thing that you do with money to make sure it is basically in one bank account rather than the others. Whereas ring fencing is an Olympic sport And you do not want an épée up there. The foiled again. So we had a system where you could keep them, and you pay your money in, and it was kept. Like you pay your contributions or whatever, and you had a little thing, and there was a fund, and that was the whole way it worked. And then that money now just ends up paying for everything, doesn't it? It's like road tax is not just paying for roads. Nothing is hypothecated. It's all smushed together and just spent on absolute spaffed up all the walls. So then they have to go, well, we're going to need some hypothecated stuff. Great. What's down the bottom? Club cricketers up in arms over click cheat. Oh, I don't care. No, I'm sorry. I don't know what click cheat is. It's probably trying to pronounce one of those African names. Should know. Actually, now I feel like we should read it. A cheating row has erupted in club cricket after a fielder was accused of clicking his fingers to trick umpires into thinking there was an edge off the bat. Good luck to you. If that's your skill, if you do clicking impressions, I thought Joe Longthorne was managing to stretch out quite the niche, but if what you can do is throw your click, hey, how's that? Literally, how's that? All right, good luck to you. Apprentices' parents handed extra benefits. Oh, I actually had this further in, so I don't need to do it now. Parents on benefits will be given £4,500 a year if their children become apprentices. This literally is sending the kids up the chimney, isn't it? Okay, no, I quite like it because our chimneys need doing. The fact that it says children become an apprentice, so they'll be getting money if their children go to work. And as someone from the Midlands, Arkwright's Mills need to be brought back. UPFs may not be worse things than sliced bread. Let's take a look. Breakfast cereal. Oh, you ultra-processed foods. I thought it was the flying things. Breakfast cereals and breads have been given a reprieve by nutritionists who have admitted that some ultra-processed foods are not that bad for your health after all. No, of course not. Of course not. It's because look, it depends what the process is, doesn't it? Food, they take it out of the ground or you chop it off an animal and you eat it. It's pretty much it. You do anything to it, like butter is a processed food because it's undergone a process. That is way better for you than, I can't think of something else. But something else is worse for you because the process. If it's been ultra-processed, basically run through a factory, and all they've done is added a bit of vitamin B, it's technically an ultra-processed food, but it's better for you than one of those aspartame-packed things that I drink. We're nearly done the front page here. Burnham faces £24 billion hole in spending plans. Well, good news, they'll be increasing tax to try and fund it. That's one newspaper done. How are we all feeling? After that, thrill. Dyslexic superhero is called Sperman. I don't want to know what his superpower is. Shall I just turn? I feel bad if I can mute it so that I can see the alarms. Are you hearing the ones? The kids are fine. It's the motion sensors going off because the light's changing. Bear Grylls is an awful dad, says Proper Memes. Well, tell him to his face. Watching you and talking to Trace at the same time, says Charlotte. Where is she? Is she in the room? Is she in the room with us now? She's not around here, is she? Badum Tish PM. All right. Proper Meme says ring fencing makes my bum hurt. Then how are you using your spreadsheet? What are you doing, man? I can't possibly say what I'm thinking. No, you should. It's what the chat's for. I keep having to look up to see if it's Noel or Liam or Psychopal. Mad for it. Andy Burnham. Well, I'm trying to get the inflection right. Well, what's the story, Morning Glory? Mad for it. Children will become benefit claimants apprentices. Yes, they're in training to fill in all the forms. Mad for it. Into our next newspaper, we can go to... Zoom out on this one. Should be fun. The Guardian. On the beach. Ding. 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 Don't know. On the beach in Nigel Farage's constituency. I'll zoom in a bit and have a look. Burnham calls for consensus on urgent fix for social care crisis. All right. Death. Oh, God, blimey. Tory MP shot. Although, this one turns out it's not as dire as it sounds. Because he wasn't shot. And that's worth bearing in mind because I am about to mock the entire thing. Let's zoom in here. She seems happy about it. When the Tory MP Chris Philps heard a volley of shots on the high seas and spun round to see a French gunship, he believes he was the victim of naval aggression. Naval aggression is where you get your finger right up there on it. Don't. Oh, you got some weird nerves from when it was your umbilical. Anyway, we can play you a little bit of Chris Philps getting shot at.
Mean that anyone who did cross the channel and arrive in Dover could be immediately deported within around about a week.
Give that a second, he's just dragging a line by the looks of it.
Is that a warning shot towards us? I don't know.
I mean, it didn't. But I mean, obviously it was filmed on a phone, so it didn't sound it. It did seem more like someone just cracking their knuckles. It was not. Maybe that's what I've never been shot at by a ship. Which I think is a statement of my character. It's such a shame because we're now living in the time where you can't do jokes that are about any bad thing happening to MPs because they're making plans for Nigel thing and we're only making plans for don't know that either. But I want to make jokes about this one. Because a war with the French would be the best thing, wouldn't it? It's exactly what we need right now. What we need right now... Where's me war jingle? What we need... Oh, I don't think I've loaded it in. What we need
War!
Is... War!
What is it good for? Ratings.
War. No, I think that you really could bring this nation together. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And if we can be up against the French again, it felt good when they lost at football. So imagine how good it would be if they started a war and we just sorted it out. We'd then lose one of our closest trading partners, which is a shame because I spend a lot of my time on Le Femme Blues, the man's shirts. But I can get them from other foreign, mainly Temu. I can Temu these bad things. That's actually what we need. The reality, the French authorities say, was meh. Flipping French. Appears to me more mundane. It was a routine channel training exercise by officers who had no idea that the Shadow Home Affairs spokesperson was present. Or he was. I can see, yeah. I've never started a war. I remember some of the details of the First World War, not personally, but I remember you've got to go for at least an archduke. I think a duke wouldn't really kick off a war. An archduke wouldn't kick off a war. So I'm fairly sure that shooting at a Shadow Home Affairs spokesperson, it won't move the dial, would it? Not even just like some minister, let alone a secretary. Not a chance. Not a chance. In the chat, what's Belly Button's worst enemy? A naval destroyer, says Proper Memes. He's on a roll. Jodrell has given me £1.99 to buy a new Le Femme Blues. On the Temu, that'll get me 3 of them. Steve Kids will be showing this to their therapist in the future. We got late night finger work already. Up there. Oh, up here, see. Hello, Nightstream. Alex. Hello. Midnight Caller. We've got to do a thing with callers. At some point, I've got the technology. I've got a Bluetooth thing in the mixing desk. France only added red and blue to their flags about 80 years ago. Ho, ho, ho! I know all of my World War II history from Hello, Hello. War Watch. We do have War Watch. War Watch. I'm ready for it. What is it good for? Absolutely. The skipper on Phelps' boat, says Kermit, said they always announce practices on the radio, which they did not. Although they would have done it in French. So, thankfully, I speak French. I'm fluent in the language of Le Femme Blues. And it's never caused me a problem. They always seem to understand what I'm trying to say. Alex says, this country actually pays France millions to stop boats. What a joke. I could use that money to pay off everyone's license fee instead. They could, but that would waste. You'd be better off paying the French to shoot those guns that we now know that work because they tested them. All we need to do is give the job of, even I can't remember, Shadow Home Affairs spokesperson to not Chris Phillips. No one cares. He's a bit. You give that job to whoever's trying to cross the channel. All of a sudden, the French pop, 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 pop. I hold mine like this because that's what the French are like. It's not a bad idea. It is a bad idea. It's still the best idea we've had to try and get the money's worth out of French. If we give the job of Shadow Home Minister to Abdul, whoever's coming across, the French would suddenly, mount their weapons. I love Gary Cole, says Ems. Midnight Caller was nearly as good as Moonlighting. Some walk by night. I don't know that one either. We're all coming up with songs today that I don't really know. Into the next front page. Just let me zoom out a little bit. Honestly, it's great because I've not seen these. Normally I get to read through them before we do them. But, oh, Holly. Fans give their verdict on her online show. Listen, let's not start judging people for the quality of their online shows. What kind of dumbass move with that? Woo! No. Online hate is enough, thank you. What did you do to my son? Said Mum's plea. Well, that's all. We're not going to find joy there, are we? I think mocking. Let's go back to mocking Holly. What kind of a person does an online show? You weirdo. In it, doesn't she talk about how she used to get absolutely trolleyed? Hey, the Kermit saying Al Jarreau. I barely knew her. Some walk by night. Which came first, Moonlighting or Midnight Caller? Maybe From Dusk Till Dawn. Some walk by night. ASMR. Charlotte says, love Moonlighting. Sometimes I watch it late night. Kind of like I'm doing this stream right now. I think I have the touch of the, what's the name of that main character? Madeline Hayes. I've got a touch of the Madeline Hayes about me. You thought I was going to say David Addison. Don't worry, I remember all the characters. Evening all, says Martin. It's too hot again. Because it's too hot. Don't know that one either. Holly's worthy of a bit of glove, says Squirrel. You're only here because there's Sydney Sweeney in the title of today's show. That's exactly what I was after. And Jodrell says, well, take that duffel coat off then, Martin. It's not a duffel coat. It's a gilet femme for the discerning gentleman. To the front page of The Metro. 4K if you let your children learn a trade. Fair enough. Pickpocketing. Ring fencing. Good old-fashioned trades. Do you know what I mean? Good old jobs that are the conjugation of a verb. That, baking. Ring fencing. Should we have a look? Oh, by the way, I did read this while I was waiting for the credits to go. This is going to end up being my rant of the day. For some reason, this has made me unreasonably angry. All right. Spider-Man. Yet another Spidey, but our sceptical film critic is soon caught up in his web. Why don't you just die? Who writes that crap? I don't know why it bothers me so much, but oh, God. Oh, for some reason, the fact that someone got paid to put got caught up in his web pun on the front page of a newspaper about Spider-Man. And also, another Spider-Man film. Just jog on. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be brill. No one knows who Peter Parker is because Doctor Strange cast a spell last time, and I'm looking forward to it. And you're sat there, I don't really know about this film. I'm going to I don't like it. I was surprisingly, no one gives two about you reviewer. Is that a trade? Reviewing is a trade. I am reviewing this. I don't know that one either. Dusk Till Dawn was 1966, says Martin. Good. That checks out. Holly Willabooby, says Kermit. Don't set Squirrel off. I've been rumbled. Moonlighting was 85. Before Midnight Caller, 88. Good. It's got to be worth a high-def TV. The ring tossing is a trade. Good point. I suppose it is. But that's why I go down the fair. The Metro is left wing, right? Or is it right wing left? I used to read it on the tube. I mean, look, yeah, it's barely got a political position, really, because it's barely got any news in it. It's about 3 pages long, and 5 of those are Sudoku. But yes. But, there's no left and right on Spider-Man, is there? In this one, he gets organic webbing. He develops... He's going to be more Spider than Man during some part of this. And now we're reading it on YouTube. Yeah, do you know what? That's my fault. My bad. I know I do. Yeah. And Charlotte says, OMG, now you're making me want to watch Dusk Till Dawn. That is good. That is good, yeah. Yep. You're making me thirsty. All right, is there another flipping night? It'll be a flipping night. I suppose that is the plan. Well, that's the Financial Times. We'll just save ourselves the hassle and not do that one, because I'm not going to find anything that's going to be above my pay grade. Finally, The Express. 2 million missing out on social care they need. Oh, no, this is why I saw this. I wanted to bring in this. That doesn't work at all, is it? Here we are. This is going to be my rant of the day. Hands up, who wants a Hannah selfie? She does. Because if anyone else wants a picture of her, that's not a selfie. Go back to journalism school. You flipping pile of Express. You'd be my rant of the day if it weren't for that absolute quad writing about Spider-Man. By the way, a quad is when you've got 4 of them. Could you imagine? You wouldn't know if you're coming or going. Right. Metro is just is free bus fodder now. Yeah. Pile of Express. Literal pile of Yeah, express yourself, as Madonna said. Express. Don't know that one either. Tonya, says Kermit. I hardly knew it. People, Alex says, use it to sit on because... Yes, because the bus and tube seats are so dirty. She's from Ted Lasso. She was also the Shame woman in, not Lord of the Rings, the other fantasy guff. That's just a photo. Exactly, Martin. Exactly. If you want, who wants a photo of Hannah? Yes. Who wants a photo with Hannah? Yeah. But really, to be a selfie, it has to be yourself. She's holding the phone. She's taking a selfie there. The rest of them just have their face in Hannah's selfie. Waddingham, I barely knew him, would have been, that's how I'd have gone with that one, proper memes. And yeah, you're up to date. So, shall we, I don't even know what to do. I've tried to make a list of other stuff we should do. There's the front pages that we've been through together. Quite like that. Meanwhile, I'll just catch my breath. You can catch this. Hello, I'm Colin. I'm just here to say, why don't you consider giving a couple of quid to ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. It's like giving money to a homeless man, just a couple of years earlier before it happens. Yay! Oh. What? Thank you. That's technically a prop. It makes it tax deductible for me, but not for you. It's a gift. Thanks, Lou. Should we go in further inside the news? I believe there's a jingle that can help us with that.
Let's get inside the news.
Ding, ding, ding. Hi. We start... Oh, this is in the way. No, I got too many things. I need to go over there. You go over there? What's this? Oh, no, this one. I don't like this one. This is from today's news. You might have missed it. Smith's singer labelled Ringo very overrated. Oh, there's beef between not actual beef, you know what he's like, but between Morrissey and Ringo, you know what he's like as well. No one's eating meat anymore. Morrissey savaged 1970s music icons as a teen, moaning that Ringo Starr was very overrated. He thinks that Ringo is overrated. Ringo, the drummer in the Beatles, famous for dum dum diddly dum. You think you're better than that, Morrissey? Boom boom diddly dee. I'm not having it. He's written some letters. They're being auctioned off, and people are paying for that. And I suppose, look, if you're a teen and you're just expressing your opinion, maybe I got some sympathy. But who do you think you are? I think the reason there's a lot of falling out that's been going off is because Morrissey wanted to be the voiceover on Thomas the Tank Engine. Lost out on the gig That's going to sting for a while, isn't it? And I think that's why he's all angsty about it. I think he would have been terrible at it. You can't get better than the legend that is Ringo. Also, Morrissey's attempt at making a theme tune for Thomas the Tank Engine really missed the mark.
He was an engine, a tiny blue little engine, and he'd ride and he'd ride and he'd ride and he'd ride. He'd have adventures, which is not what you want from a thing that provides a regular service. There'd be delays as you get older. You realize you're on the same side as the back controller. He just wanted the trains to run on time. Is that such a crime?
You're up to date. That's what I spent my hour before the thing doing. Jodrell says, Ringo's great crisps. I bet he is these days as well. Pete was the best. Well, Pete Best was the best. Yes, Ringo was good, but Pete Best. Thank you, Probably Memes. Jesus Christ, help me, says Charlotte. Oh, hello, says Jodrell. Hello. Did Sting want to be Thomas too? Does it? No, it didn't sound more like. I wish I could do a Sting impression. Thomas the Tanked song. He just needs a Thomas Tank. I bet he does. Auto-tune almost sorted that out for you there. Oi! There's less auto-tune on that than there is in the songs I've released on Spotify, because I could only do chromatic in that because I couldn't be bothered to work out what key it was in. Whereas the actual ones on Spotify I did. It's just easier to hit notes when you sing like that. That's how he's cheating. Meanwhile, in entertainment news, Squirrel, where are you? Stand by your beds. We need this for you.
Do do ba do do, she's Sweeney, she's Sweeney. Do do ba do 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 ba do do ba do do.
In Sydney Sweeney news, Bombshell to star in horror remake. I think she's the bombshell in this. I'm not sure. Sleepy Time, Sydney, and the terrifying Headless Horseman in Tim Burton version. What? Sweeney Hollow. There's the spoonerism. What? Hang on. I'll fold it for you so we can get the actual story. Hollywood actress Sydney Sweeney has landed the lead role in a reworking of the Headless Horseman thriller. Don't spoil the ending for me. I've not seen it. The horse doesn't have a head? The horseman doesn't have a head. Does the horse have a head? Why does the horse need a head? If the horseman can get away with it, why don't you just use the horse from The Godfather? Because that was left over. Sleepy Hollow, the 28-year-old Euphoria star, will play Katrina Van Tassel in the gothic horror remake. Fair enough, but you know what it's time for. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. This is a family show. Yeah. Sure, we spend, and I've done the stats on this, approximately 2/3 of the time doing rude jokes, but I'm not having titillation on the show. It's better, isn't it? That's better. There you go. Zoomed out a bit there. There you go. Look at that. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Have I gone slightly too high next? No, I don't think I have, because standards. Because it keeps her safe and it keeps her pure. Is that weird? Of course, it's not weird that I make clothes to try and dress her up and keep her protected. No. It is not weird that I make Sydney Sweeney blue roll outfits to protect her innocence. It's also not weird that I made her a little hat out of the official deceased and desist letter that they sent. Anyway, that was
Do do ba do do, she's Sweeney, she's Sweeney. Do do ba do 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 ba do do ba do do.
like and subscribe. She looks like Kylie in that photo. How dare you? Heaney Swallow, says Martin. I bet I've heard the rumours. Glove me tender, says Squirrel. Hot take, says Kermit, but I think AI Sweeney is better than actual Sweeney, although because of modern typefacery, I don't know if that's a capital I or a lowercase L. You could mean Al Sweeney. And if that's what you're into, I heard, well, he's a trucker who often stops in the motorway services on the M4. If that's what you want, then go for it. This is my one-stop shop for Sydney Sweeney news/photos. You're up to date. Modesty, that's the thing I'm looking for. Yeah, thanks, Ems. I bet you're glad you stayed up for that. Ooh, smooth squirrel. This is your one-stop shop for Sydney Sweeney news/photos. A lovely jumper. I barely knew. Oh, you can't do that on that one, can you? Christian Dior Blue Roll Couture and Blue Roll Woman. I don't even know that one, do I? Now Sydney is wearing un blouse de femme. Did it look like it was gentleman's size? It was getting rude, but now it's gone blue. Hey, why do you want to cover me up? No, it's just Sydney Sweeney. For some reason, it's become the... Oh, no, I see. RR says, can we cover Charlotte up too? No. There's only one person who receives all the cover-up. Sydney Sweeney. I made the jingle and everything. No, that one's too rude. We'll leave that for a sec. Otherwise, it looks like all I'm doing is rude stuff. This one. This is a bunch of nuggets. A former KFC restaurant. I think if it's a KFC restaurant, it feels like a reach anyway, doesn't it? A former KFC outlet, shop, dispensary. A former KFC dispensary could be transformed into the world's first chicken empathy museum. Yeah, that's what this world needs, isn't it? If there's one thing there's not enough chicken empathy. Don't know it. Peter, the animal rights thing, not the bloke who works with Al Sweeney, wants to turn the vacant food premises outlet dispensary into an attraction dedicated to teaching visitors about the bird's intelligence, emotions, and family relationships. I do think if you want to have people feeling true empathy with the chicken, you just show them a picture of their bottom and a picture of an egg. I'd make that noise. Proper Meme says Charlotte Uncovered. That's a spin-off series. I think you should attempt a blue roll gimp mask. What's one of them? Surely just absorb all your saliva, wouldn't it? Or you're saying would it have a ball gag in it? I don't know. Don't mess about me. Says Proper Memes always makes it about you. Sydney Sweeney, says Martin. Al Sydney, what his name is. Hang on. Although it may look like a blue tack morph, it's not a bad idea. Blue tack art. Bunch of nuggets is my what 3 words? Sure it is. Right, what's this one? We won't be doing rude jokes about this one. West's prison is bed of roses. Patio and allotment. That's the one, isn't it? Right, so I'll read the story, but we'll come back up to that picture because that's the problem here. Rose West is in a cushy prison with plush-looking cells and well-maintained gardens. Of course they're well-maintained. You've got Rose West working there. She's redone the patios. They're a bit higher than they used to be. But where's them other inmates gone? Has anyone seen the other inmates? There's some other inmates around here. Where's the young... Has anyone seen them young inmates? Has anyone... Anyway, I'm just going to go and take a step up onto this raised patio. Has anyone seen... No one know where they are? No? We're up to date. ASMR. Oh, me femme blues is running up. Oh, quick hit on this story. This will make you feel good about life. Delivery driver in package raid rap. No. Even though I think I've got the music, but I can't improv one of those at this time of night. And every driver stole items worth thousands of pounds. And for the kind of crap you get delivered from that's a lot of items. By dropping the parcels off at a pal's garden. And whilst it must be upsetting, join me over here. Oh, it's gone green. Oh, this background colour does not help. I have to faff with another camera. If you've been affected by any of these issues, obviously we feel for you. If you've lost any parcels, this is upsetting and it's a difficult time for you. But please remember, This is a story about someone who worked for who at least delivered some parcels to the wrong address, but at least delivered some parcels. It's a step in the right direction you keep trying. You're up to date. Am I all right? Did I get angry? You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Flipping out. This colour does not work for that, does it? Kids okay, says Lou. They are actually. I keep getting motion detection things, but it's just because the light's changing. But they're both absolutely snoring away. They do snore. Oddly enough, don't get it from me. I just have a little. This is one of your packing things. Wrong one. One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How I got in my pajamas, I'll never know. Yes, Ems, says Joodles. I'll get onto whomever is in charge of it these days. Still that Timpson's fella. What? I've missed a few here. Can I get a transfer, please? Oh, you want to go to the place with a high-rise patio? Charlotte, we had ring toss. Anyone up for egg toss? Can I hang on. The patios rose a little. Ho, if me hands weren't busy, I'd press the thing. I beg your pardoni. Never promised you a rose garden. I beg your pardon. Don't know that one either. Has anyone seen Number 9 based on Rose West? I've not. Can I get a rewind? Great. Don't know. Kids, I'll get rid of them. Oh, Paul's here. Paul. I mean, a patio would be nice. Fair enough. No, yes. You got to take what you can get. He used to bring me roses. I wish you would again. Green Monster. No, exactly. I know. We tried to change the colours in the background. It's not worked. So the kids are watching. Oh, that one hurts. Damn it. Calm down. Get the drink. ASMR. Oh, imagine a Littlest Hobo where it turns into a green monster in the middle, but he's wearing shorts. Do you know what? I'm with you on that one. But no, that works, doesn't it? Because the music was emotional, like at the end of do 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 do. It's a minor one, isn't it? No idea. I mean, music's gone off today. I'll tell you what I will say for the music, though. The reason I plugged it in is previously I was having a big old go at John Bon Jovi. Bovine encephalopathy. John Bon Jovi, that's the one. And it's because he sued someone for having a similar name. They changed, some tribute act wanted to change their stage name. And flipping John Bon Jovi, heebie-jeebies, he sued. And I pointed out, if you're going to judge someone for not having originality, don't have You Give Love a Bad Name that is just one chord, right? Do 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 bang 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 bang. Just one chord for all the verse. It's just this chord and it gets worse. E minor is the chord he plays. Carrying like this, it goes on for days. Whoa, right? And that's what I was getting in on that. But then I did point out that at least he has three chords going for the shot through the heart and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. But then I realised, while I was sat around playing this again later, because the night belongs to lovers, because the night belongs to lust, because the night belongs to lovers, because the night belongs to us. Patti Smith, Because the Night. E minor, and he ripped off Patti Smith. John Bon, Jesus Christ. And I think... Okay, Google, which came out first? Patti Smith's Because the Night or John Bon Jovi's You Give Love a Bad Name?
Patti Smith's Because the Night was released first. It came out on March 2nd, 1978. Bon Jovi's You Give Love a Bad Name was released later in 1986.
Thank you. Lovely. You're up to date. I got a co-host. I quite like this. In the chat, what's going on in the chat? Ooh, that had a touch of jazz music. It wasn't meant to. Every step I take, I make a new friend, says Martin. Suit, proper memes, says, suit to the tribute. You're to blame. You give law a bad name. Charlotte says, Steve, stop, please. Good point. Well made. That voice, there's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. Oh, yeah. There, don't know it. Very sweet of you, Em. Says, what does Em say to Jodrell? Hang on. Web Squirrel received a gift membership by Ems. Because now Web Squirrel thinks he's going to see some extra members-only content about Sydney Sweeney. And it's not a bad idea. It would be on brand. I will say Tico Torres was one of the hardest-hitting drummers I ever saw. Yeah, but did he do bom bom diddly din din? There was a craze in guitar where just one note was repeated. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's also Simply Red. The lead break on Money's Too Tight to Mention, like. One note for the whole. I could have played that, probably. John Bon Jesus Christ. Yeah. Your singing is better than Lewis Schaefer, at least. Well, thank you for allowing me a low bar. Patty Smith. I've heard that rumour as well. She had one of each. Very sweet of you. I read that one. You set off my Google Home. Did your Google Home answer the question about Patty Smith? Well, at least we've proved that I wasn't faking it. He'll get that one vid from yesterday. What? That was Ellie's voice. Was that? Oh, do you not have your Google Home set to the most attractive female voice of all the options? That's weird. I deconstructed the lyrics in a pub once and decided it's about having a semi. What, you give love a bad name, or Because the Night? Or the theme tune to The Littlest Hobo? Extra Sydney content. Web Squirrel says, why, thank you, Ems. Now I can take him down from the inside. Wrong squirrel. Of course we've got the two squirrels. And Alex says, they actually have to read all 34 candidates for Clacton on GB when someone mentions the election. I know, it's hilarious. On Talk, whenever we do it on Talk Radio, Talk TV, or it's called, they've got a pre-recorded bit of Jeremy Kyle doing it. Webber, you're not meant to say it out loud. What do you say out loud? Waterfront by Simple Minds has one repeated bass note throughout. Yeah, but you know what bassists are like. One repeated bass note is only like a fifth of all the notes bassists know. Living on a Prayer. Don't know. I don't choose who it goes to. YouTube does. No way. It's like some sort of tombola of memberships. Right. But seriously. I know I've been prattling on when my little controller times out. Sex toy plan is buzzing. Posh department store Jean Louis is backing Samantha Niblett's Summer of Sex campaign. Isn't it a bit late in the summer, isn't it? If you've not started by now. The South Derbyshire MP has confirmed that her adult toy exhibition will go ahead in Westminster. Mm-hmm. The Labour backbencher, which is the worst phrase, you don't want to hear that when you're getting the toys out. The backbencher makes me think it's half Black & Decker, half... Well, you don't want to know what's going on there. This is she hoping that bringing the toys into Parliament will help promote open discussion about sexual pleasure, consent, and health. Yeah, I think you could probably have that without turning up to work with a dildos. Of course, dildos was the updated version of MS-DOS, and something hard drive. So she's doing John Lewis. John Lewis don't do sex toys, do they? Stay there. Get on it. Get on it. John Lewis sex toys. Good Lord. No way. No. Listen, it's my fault for using a browser for this that has Bing as its automatic search thing rather than Chrome. But, because I'm on the Edge browser. I searched for John Lewis sex toys, and it's given me... it's because it's pressed the thing. Down here, look. Nope. No. I mean, anything is if you try hard enough, but you'd never get that parrot back out, would you? You're up to date. Can we have a glove as part of the merch? I mean, I guess so. I'd feel bad about it. Jodrell saying dildo's back. It's my favourite thing I ever did on radio. If you don't know the story, you have to track it down somewhere. Burnham Jovey, living on a taxpayer. I don't know. It's your woman, Jodrell. What? The I Love Her campaign. Who's doing? Oh, does she represent your area? For now. While I've got the keyboard out, I did want to use this as an opportunity to say, you can go to, also on the YouTube thing, I got a video about James Bond. So it's on Substack, and it's my newspaper column, if you have a newspaper column by me in your local area, and a few things like that, where you might have seen the story. Someone who was in a Bond film ages ago says James Bond should be monogamous. We talked about it on GB News on Free Speech Nation. So I've covered this story from 3 different angles, and I thought I'd do it on a 4th one on here. But basically just saying, you can go and read on Substack or watch the clip. I think there's some funny bits in it. I don't think he should. I think one of the things we like about James Bond is that he's good with the ladies. Ooh, yeah. So you can find the clip on GB News. You can watch the video on YouTube. You can read the thing. And in all of them, I promised that I never, I think maybe we need to go on an octave higher for this. I never covered this story by doing this. Oh, Christ. I think that's a key thing, something. Nobody makes them wetter. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody makes them gush the way you do. Baby, here's my breast. And aren't you glad that I don't do that anywhere else? You could read all my coverage or see the video, and no point do you have to suffer that anywhere. I did not do that anywhere. You're welcome. James Bond is not meant to be nice. Lazenby tried to be nice, and it was a bit pathetic. Steve's living on the edge. I'm doing something. The OMG. But I don't know if you mean that in a good way or a bad way. It's difficult to tell. Yeah, probably an old CEX computer. Lordy, says Charlotte. I don't know if that's your accent. Probably not. Alex says, I watched it. You were on with Cressida. Thank you. The not nitrite gloves. I don't know what that's about, but it's got to be good. Let's have a look. Where do we get to? Exactly, Ems. Get down to TFL. And Job's a carrot. What? I think he just had a browser open or something. There's a computer from former age. Yeah, could be. James Bond is not mad about that one. Still on the edge. It did probably nice. An old CX computer. Oh, this is an old CX computer. Flipping Bing. But because I use Edge browser for this, and I have to use the Chrome one for doing the radio stuff, and I do this for the TV. You don't need to know why. Lazenby wasn't that nice. He did Ruby, then the actress married Leslie Phillips and drank Drano. I don't understand a lot of that. One of them's a Cockney rhyming slang for a curry, but I don't think that's what it is. Smell the glove. That's what's going on. I know this is late night, but we don't have the jingles to cover this. Meanwhile, we should talk about this. Largest scope is skint. Jodrell Crank. Now, I'm upset about this because my dad, when he got ill, became obsessed with Jodrell Crank for some reason. He'd always kind of liked it because we didn't live that far away from it. It wasn't that much of a difficult journey going from where I grew up, like on the edge of Derbyshire, nip across there, up on the old, and you can see a Jodrell Crank. And I did a gig, I don't know, some sort of South Cheshire gig a couple of years ago and didn't realise where the sat-nav was taking me. And I drove past Jodrell Crank and it was kind of like, oh, Dad would have loved this. But I'm upset about this. The future of the UK's largest telescope is at risk after UK Research and Innovation, you've got to change your flipping name then, said it was withdrawing its funding. The Lovell telescope, which has stood at Jodrell Crank in Cheshire since 1957, is the third biggest steerable radio telescope in the world. And you look at the kind of guff that does get funded. Can't we have a little bit? You know, was it 4.5 billion was not reclaimed after the absolute shenanigans of who gets freebies for COVID? And yet having a nice big telescope has now gone the way of all things, isn't it? It has a diameter of 256 feet. I feel like that some days. And it is part of the Merlin. Because it's northern, isn't it? Merlin. Network of telescopes across the country. Operates by the University of Manchester. And this is what I don't get. It's Manchester. If there's one Prime Minister you think would be throwing some money at anything Manchester-based, it'd be Andy Burnham. He's gone southern. He's a soft southern. He's been down here for less than a week because he did an extra day up there. He's drinking shandies like an absolute southern... Well, you can't say that anymore. Nicky Campbell can. But. Paul, we will have to say Labour think tank now. Well, I guess we could. Angela, oh, here we go. It's rhyming slang. That is, I got that one. Angela Schooler played Ruby. She married Leslie Phillips, ding dong, in 1982. And then died after she drank Drano in 2011. She played Lady Agatha in You Rang My Lord. It went down, I went down this rabbit hole last night. Okay. Did we find out, did she mean to, or she just, what happened there? She's the kind of idiot who stores, he's the kind of idiot who stores enjoyable, pleasurable drinks to have when you're doing TV shows and very similar looking cleaning fluids right next to each other. What kind of an idiot would do that? I don't believe a word of it. You're in the wrong rabbit hole. Was it Brian Cox? What is Brian Cox doing? Could he not sell his hair? Good point. Now, accents you can do. The singing I can't take. You're up to date. I think, have we done all the stories? Of course we've not, but I think we've done all the good ones. So before we move on, I guess we should... Hang on. No, I can tick some of these off. I made a list. Chris Philps, done. Bon Plug, done. Bon Jovi update, all over it, mate. Colin, done. News from today, yes. Front pages. You can just do a little look to see if any more have come in. Oh, okay. Yeah, more have come in. Oh, Christ, loads have come in. Okay, well, stay right there. I could get music to happen if we're going to do lots of these, I do need to get better at this. That one's about football, so that will not take long at all. That one's got a puffin on there, so I might be able to do that puffin joke again. Quick look at the newspapers then, front page, before we zoom off. Unmasked fielder dubbed Clicky Ponting at the centre of village cricket cheat furore. That's the brand of these French shirts. Burnham benefits bribe for parents of apprentices, and Hannah's NHS surgeon beau gets Hollywood makeover. Well, just because of course he did. He wanted to be in a selfie with her. The shake-up of social care to lock out private firms. Okay, this guy over here, I don't know where he's going to shove that in a minute, but I would not trust him. He's going to try and take over the world. Here we are. Red card for FIFA's plan to sell World Cup. I don't give two flips. Here's the good juice down here. Cost of net zero. Now, you shouldn't be allowed to have a cost of net zero because it should be zero. Come on, branding. Government plans to decarbonise the energy network will cost consumer taxpayers £40 billion a year by the end of the decade. Well, if only we could work out what that totals, but top scientists, you can't do it. I think it's non-algebraic numbers or something. It's tricky. Fake news poison. You're like poison. Poison. Don't know it. Mainstream chatbots are regurgitating Russian fake news after their systems were poisoned by a propaganda campaign. And yet I can barely get 20 views. Candy wins payout. Don't care. And Zelensky upbeat. All right, shut up. French legends return. Well, yeah, but we're at war with them now, so we don't care about that, do we? And this, World Cup sinners. Same thing about football. Oh, look, there you go. There's a couple of puffins. Fears for British wildlife as raw sewage being legally dumped into the sea. So it turns out I'm not doing the puffin joke. I'm doing the dumping in water joke. It's ridiculous that I'll get the drum thing ready. It's ridiculous that our water companies get to just put poo in our waterways all the time, and they get away with it. I'm really building this one up. All the time, and they get away with it. And I do it once, and I'm banned from that Lido. Right. Yeah, let's wrap this bad boy up. She was an alcoholic. I mean, she flipping was. The coroner ruled against deliberate, but she poured it over herself too. Yeah. Maybe she fell on the way back to the sink. You'd really have to. Yeah. Soccer, I hardly knew it, says Ems. I've got a jingle for that somewhere. The keys makes someone a proper musician in my book. Oh, there's in these. Not like a ukulele. I'm with you. What kind of an absolute a-hole would play a... She'd just been arrested for drunk driving after crashing a car in Wales. It's making it worse. Although maybe she Googled crime scene cleanup and just got it all wrong. The lie-doo-doo. And isn't that a penguin? I did hear a little puffin. Thanks, Ems. I think football may never come here, never come home, and I don't care less. It's moved on. Get over it. Right. Thank you very much for watching. We should... This won't take very long either. Where do I put the plugs? Get some of this down you.
Here are the plugs where you can see Steve and Helen all this week.
Well, that got creepy. But plugs on Wednesday. Oh, we've not done Temu shopping yet. Because of voiceovers. On Wednesday. GB News at 11, where I'll be on GB News at 11. Then Thursday. Ems, I'm so sorry. It's another late night one. You've done well for staying up this late. What's happened? Did you poop the bed? What's gone? But it'll be a 10 p.m. because I'm looking after the lad again in the day. Then Friday I can't do on because I'm looking after the lad in the day. I can't do on Friday night because I'm off to the All Hit Radio listeners party. If I don't get recognised there, my career's over. And then I am free at the moment on Saturday. I don't have a gig. If I pick up a gig, I think I should be able to do like an early afternoon. Not early afternoon. Late afternoon, early evening. 4 o'clocker? Or a 7 o'clocker. Something like that. On Sunday, GB News at 6 a.m. I'll be reviewing the news on GB News at 6 a.m. And that is Friday night on BBC One. Before we go, sorry, I planned all this and we've not got around to it. We can do a quick hit of this.
Temu shopping with Steve and Alan.
Well,
join the fun, shop with everyone.
Thanks to the unique way that this show is funded, you could donate a little bit of money to kofi.com/Mr. Steve and Alan. You know, if this were if this were a live show and you witnessed this and somehow you didn't walk out, what kind of ticket price would you have begrudgingly paid? That's the key question that we're after. Meanwhile, wait a minute. Alex says, you're on with Nina tomorrow. Good luck. Yeah. The weekend vibes, like it. And no, I'm in a meeting tomorrow, so I don't have to get up until 5 a.m. You lazy... All right, fair enough. I'm glad. So what we can do is... Okay, let's load one of these up. I've been going through Temu to see what it suggests to me from the algorithm. In the last episode we did on the nighttime stuff, there was some stuff in there. Tonight, we can do the same with the AliExpress app. I earlier on went through some of the suggestions that it's been doing, and these are some of the items you could help me buy according to the AliExpress algorithm. Let's take a look. A 3-in-1 outdoor raincoat, but it's just one. How is that 3-in-1? Raincoat, hooded sleeve, waterproof rain. Who wouldn't want a raincoat, hooded sleeve, waterproof rain? Me. Or it suggested this. A password book. That's right. Why keep your passwords in anywhere else that's difficult to steal when you could have them in one easy-to-steal book? Why not make your passwords barely secure at all? All it takes is for the cleaner to have a quick look because you moan about her on live streaming things on the internet, and you could be absolutely screwed. Great. Or I might want to buy... I mean, the algorithm's not all wrong. Metal iron sign digital art Mona Lisa variant for decor. Putting the "huh" into decor. Explains the smile. Or maybe I want to buy whatever the hell is going on with this. Are you tired of not catching things that fall from you as you're walking with trainers on? Then why not get these shoe net things? And also, don't cancel me for this, but have you seen what they're called? One pair latex waterproof shoe covers lip resistant rubber. And I was like, why do I want rubber that is resistant to people's lips? And then I realized it's from China. I can't do the accent, but the word is that, and that's how they've written it. I've not written it. They've done the thing with the... I can't do that joke. They've done the thing. It's lip... How does that chicken taste? Can't do it. Or maybe I want these. GPS tracking stickers. They don't actually track. They pretend they do. And do you know what? I have had me bike nicked that, last year, whenever it was. Yeah. And I was thinking about it. If I bought a GPS tracker, the last thing I would do is put a sticker on it that says, search around and knacker off the tracker, will you? Otherwise, someone's going to come around and reclaim this bike. But if you just put the sticker on, whoever nicks it will be there all flipping day looking for it. I like it. So maybe they're in with a chance. Or maybe I want to buy... I mean, I kind of do as well. SSD enclosure shaped like floppy disks. Yep. Or finally, I think this is the last one. Yeah. Stickers that you put on things to say for rectal use only. Now, don't get me wrong. They are prank. Look, prank marker decorative label stickers. Sorry, no, not label stickers. It's a hell of a joke, though, isn't it? I mean, that could backfire. Because the stickers don't look like they're deliberately being funny. So be careful. You'll never get that pen back. Anyway, you're up to date. They're all the things that AliExpress thinks I might want to buy. It knows me so well. If you'd like to help me cover some of the costs, whatever it is, kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Right, let's wrap this bad boy up. I've got to go back here. What's on telly tonight? Looks like Penguin. Was Leslie Crowther's daughter married to Phil Lynott? Who's Phil? Is he the... No, that's Terry I'm thinking of. I don't know. Good question. Well made. Pick up a Penguin. 11s. Weekend vibes. I'm not sure what we're talking about. If Steve was clever, he'd have Temu affiliate links. I do have AliExpress affiliate links where I thought I'd do something like that. But, I see the missus is home and she's gone into the room with the kids. But they're asleep. I'm still not in trouble. It's a tent too. I'm not shoving a tent up there. Are you saying the tent is for rectal use only? Did anyone play those Temu games to get free stuff? No. Lip-resistant rubber. Exactly. You want to be careful. I think we know what lip-resistant rubber would be used for, but not those shoes. Step aside, Da Vinci. He did. And look what he was covering up. No, you can't get away with that. Do you know what I mean, though? They wrote it in the description. One for each finger, says Lucy. Lucy, you've not said anything else. And what? I would put a sticker on each finger that says for rectal use only. That is a bold opening message in the comment section. I'm not saying I disagree with it. Oh, Goosey Lucy, says Hi-Ho Kermit. And bassist in Thin Lizzy. Oh, yeah. Dun-dun-dun. I don't know. Hi, Steve. I've been late. Well, you should get yourself down the doctor's. You don't want to, This cord's in the way, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching. You've come to the end of whatever this is. It's been an enjoyable... I've quite enjoyed it. I think even when we get round to no longer having to do the nighttime ones, are you up for doing nighttime ones? Because I'm kind of... Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to lust. I think I'm becoming a natural left-handed pianist. We've done. I think we've ticked all the boxes. We've opened one box tonight as well. Thank you very much for everyone who partook. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'll see you on the telly. And then Thursday night, back for another one of these. Thank you for all that you have done, and God bless all who sail in you. Till next time, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the
Almost
grip of a
daily,
vomiting
but
epidemic.
oh, are we sure?
Eating TV adverts.
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery.
almost daily.
Investigating
Laughs and facts served out plainly. You're dosing wit, it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Well, who said it was for rectal use only? Oh.